Alright, normally I'd just be behind my shelf where there's a bunch of collectibles and stuff, as you can see. Ignore this area and pay attention to that. This is here. Still. Yeah, I would be standing over there like I was doing for my Percy Jackson review, but I'm just gonna be lazy for this video and just sit on my bed. Which is kind of like right here. Okay, what am I doing? Anyways, let's... There we go. But I will tell you this. I'm definitely going to be putting some posters all over this wall. That is if I'm still living here 1 year later. But that's not the point. The point is that... Well, I'm getting off topic. Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome back to another review on the channel. I meant to do this back in January, but decided to just push it around anyway because it's the time of love. If you get what I mean. That was stupid. What the heck was that? So, with that being said, yeah. If you don't remember, about a month ago, well, almost a month ago, sort of, I think, I don't know, but back in January, I did a movie reaction for a movie called Mean Girls, as this is a movie I would say I technically have seen. Well, as of right now, I now have seen it, but back then, so I'm going to explain that in a sec. But not only am I going to be talking about my thoughts on the 2004 movie, I'm also going to be talking about the new one as well, since I did went into theaters to check that out. And, I could do both separately, but technically... Oh, this is going to be a tricky one. And how could I add both posters into the... You know what? Since they're both pretty much the same movie, just only difference one of them happens to be a musical, boom. And then both posters in. Somehow. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm about to figure that out once I edit this video tonight. So yeah, let's just start off with my experience, background knowledge with Mean Girls. More specifically, this one, because I did not even know that... I mean... How did I even find out they were gonna do another one? Could I say this is a reboot, remake? Because it feels like more of a remake, just that they have music this time around. But my background knowledge for this movie is that it's a cult classic, as I think it is. And I have tried watching this back then when I was a kid, but never got to finish it, as the last scene I remember seeing was just Regina just being all pissed off, finding out that the granola bars that she's been eating is giving her a lot of weight. As she thought, oh, I could take away my weight. Nope, you're just gonna make yourself more fatter. So, yeah, she just runs to the room, grabs her scissors, picture, the burn book, and just be writing something. Like, that was the last scene I remember ever seeing. But then, like, I don't know where I was watching this at. I was probably at a friend's house. Like, I was a very little kid. I don't know what year this was. It was probably... No, it couldn't have been 2004 because I was born in 2006. So, probably later down the line, I would say 2008. I'm betting it was probably 2008, even though I can't be sure if it was that time exactly. All I remember is that was the last thing I remember watching, and then my parents had to take me home and like, no, I want to see what happens next! And I never got to finish or see what happened next, because it was an intriguing movie for a little kid for me to watch. Like, that movie is for adults. Well, it's PG-13, but still, it's for adults. And I was just a kid that probably was not allowed to watch that type of thing. But then again, I didn't understood much back then. Now that I'm older, I do understand a few stuff here and there. Especially with high school. The only thing I understood about it is that it sucks. But yeah, and I could have had multiple chances of just trying to watch the movie, and I guess that's where I landed the idea of doing a movie reaction, which could have been pointless, since I have seen bits, but, didn't matter, because, I mean, I only remember some bits, like, oh, okay, I definitely remember this bit and that bit here and there, if you've seen my movie reaction, but, yeah, and my thoughts on it, I thought it was alright. I mean, I gave it, like, I gave it, like, a 8 out of 10. I mean, not that it's bad, just... yeah, I mean, I'd say, yeah, it was alright, just, I guess it's just not one of my type of movies, even though, like, I don't know, how do I explain this? I guess I have, like, a weird taste, but for Mean Girls, I guess I could say it's not my cup of tea, but I'm not saying that it's a bad movie. There's some good moments here and there. I enjoyed it. I just thought it was alright, just, I guess I'm just not, like, I mean, I'm pretty much a newcomer. I mean, I know there's people that are a fan of this movie, but me, I thought it was alright. I didn't hate it. I liked it. It was right. Didn't love it, but I feel like the 8 out of 10 would be like the point to where, oh, I love Mean Girls. No, I liked it. I thought it was okay. Now, when will I ever rewatch it? Probably in the distant future, to where I'm trying to pick a movie to watch for a Friday night, and I'd be, you know what? Let's go with Mean Girls. It's been a while since I've seen this. Maybe I might like it around this time. Right now, I like it. Still, basically, I'll rewatch it another time whenever I feel like it. All I know is that, yeah, I'm satisfied that I finally had saw the rest of it, since I was very curious to see where things were going, as this movie is about a new girl that's new to school, a transfer student, basically. Since this movie is about a transfer student just trying to fit in, but then meets these three girls that are called the Plastics, according to two other characters that, oh god dang, I forgot their names. And sure, that could be a thing where, like, oh, if you forgot their names, it's a forgettable movie. For me, personally, I just have trouble remembering names. But if I have to admit that the movie's forgettable, I'll admit it. And I'm not saying that this movie's forgettable. Like, if I am talking about a movie or a show that's forgettable, I will straight up say it. Mean Girls ain't forgettable. No, I wouldn't say it's a forgettable movie. It's just I have an issue trying to remember names. Now, a face, I ain't gonna forget a face. Somehow, which is weird, the fact that I could somehow remember a face. But yeah, they basically team up and they have her be like a spy for the Plastics to see how they be talking smack about everybody else. And they have this burnt book that says horrible, mean, harsh, rude things to, I guess, the rest of the girls at school. Therefore the title, Mean Girls. Now I see why it's titled that. And also, Regina is just kind of a selfish person. Yeah, I think about it, especially like in the manga, she's kind of like an imposter, but it wouldn't even matter because she then eventually became a Plastic herself. As, I mean, she definitely wanted to get revenge full time when Regina took the guy that she was crushing on for a couple of weeks, as she was heartbroken about it. But eventually, they did get her back as they ruined her life, just taking away her friends, her fame, and just yeah, they basically got their revenge. But that she eventually just became a Plastic, and just things have gotten worse thanks to Regina wanting to heat things up. Because as soon as she found out that she's been eating a granola bar that'd be giving her weight, she was about to frame someone who did not commit a crime, if you know what I mean. If you have seen the movie, I just realized I probably should have put a spoiler warning. Then again, most of you all have already seen this movie, know what happens. And of course, you've seen my reaction in it to where, like, oh, she's gonna add her to the burn, but wait, why is she adding herself? Oh, I know what she's doing! Yeah, this is the part where I last left off. Now I get to see what happens next, because I want to know what happened next. Oh no, she's added to the book. Wait, what? Oh no! Oh no! Oh my gosh, she's gonna frame Katie! No! And therefore, we got the whole scene where she'd be given, like, she basically print out every page of the burn book and just pass it around school to where we had a huge fight between all the girls there. Yeah, it was like a, what's the word again? I forgot the word was, but basically, yeah, it was like a, as if a bunch of, I can't find the right word, but yeah, basically all the girls were just, like, basically there was a girl fight with multiple girls. As they saw that, who wrote this about me? Like, this is harsh and mean. Were you talking smack about me? No, were you talking smack about me? Like, it just became a whole freaking mess. Now, of course, they try to forgive each other, like, forgive and forget. I think that's the phrase goes. I don't know, but, I don't know if I remember this part or something, but I definitely was, like, shocked about it when, Regina got hit by a freaking bus.
Take that fake apology and shove it right up your period.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Like, I did not expect that. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, I didn't know what to expect in this movie, other than that I wanted to see what happened next, as I could not finish it a few years ago. But a teenager getting hit by a freaking bus was not what I was expecting going into this movie. But luckily, she survived, which I don't know how the hell she survived that. She should have been dead. But she did, just probably cracked her neck a bit or something. I don't know, but still. It all worked out later in the end, and, yeah, eventually, the main character, and I forgot her name, damn it. No, wait, Katie, that's her name. Yes, I remember her name. Still, Katie got the guy that she's been crushing on for a couple weeks, and, yeah, everything all ends on that, like, a happy note. Kind of. Well, yeah, it pretty much ends on, like, a happy note and stuff. And, yeah, I just thought it was an okay movie. I enjoyed it. And, yeah, my overall rating would just be an 8 out of 10. And, yeah, I had a good time watching this movie, so 8 out of 10. That's all I'm giving this movie. Now, what are my thoughts on the new Mean Girls? Where do I begin? Now, not to say I was disappointed with this. I did actually enjoy this. The best part would be some of the songs. I enjoyed some of the songs in here. One that would be Apex Predator that I enjoyed listening to. Now, I probably should have mentioned this earlier. I enjoyed both casts for both Mean Girls and the new one, especially for the new one. Like, my two favorite leads from the new one would be, these two from Mean Girls. I cannot remember the names, other than that I recognize her now that I looked up, her movie biography, if I pronounce that correctly, because, let's just say, I did not know that this was the same person that voiced Moana in Moana. But, no, props to this guy right here. I enjoyed him the most out of this movie. But seriously though, these two singing together, like, if they were performing on a theater stage, I'd be throwing roses at them, because, like, these two were pretty good singing throughout the entire movie. Well, whenever they'd be singing, and whatever bits here and there, of course. But basically what I'm saying is that, yeah, these two, I'm just throwing off roses. I enjoyed their singing voices, and the songs, of course, but, like, no. I guess they were, like, the best parts for me in this entire movie, even though they weren't, like, specifically main characters. Well, technically they were. I don't know. The movie did begin with them two basically explaining us the story of this movie, and I didn't know when I was going into this, but having to see the trailers, I'm like, hold on, so is the new one a remake? I'm not so sure if this is a remake or not, but I'm gonna say this is a remake, because literally beat by, like, this movie is exactly the same as the 2004 one. Just the only difference is that it's now a musical. There's songs in this movie. And once I noticed, like, okay, this feels like a remake. This is going beat by beat with the original. Just the only difference is that it's a musical. I mean, well, it's not beat by beat exactly. There are a few different scenes here and there that weren't in the original. Like, for example, when the boy that Katie's been crushing on catches Regina cheating on him. That wasn't in the original. Like, they were trying to have him find out she was cheating, but they just caught a gym teacher and another teacher just making out in the theater. But in this one, he caught her red-handed. But yeah, the only thing I can say is that I did enjoy the songs in here, and I did like some of the cast members. My favorite ones would definitely be Katie's friends that had her pretend to be a plastic just so they could know what smack they'd be talking about everybody. But yeah, that's all I can say. I like the cast and the music. Other than that, it's pretty much the same movie, just for, the only difference is that it's a musical. And for it just to be the exact same, I'll admit, I was like, okay, now I can see why not many people enjoy remakes or something. I don't know. I mean, I did like it, just the new one, I would give it like a 7.5 out of 10, but for it being a musical, it's an 8. Since that's like the only difference between the original movie. Anyways, with that being said, that's just pretty much my thoughts on, well, mainly the first one, but then again, these two movies are legit the same, just this one's a musical and this one isn't. But I did enjoy both versions overall, and I was, like, thinking to myself, which one do I like more? And since time has passed, I guess I'm going with the musical one. But yeah, be sure to let me know the thoughts, comments down below. Which one would you prefer, the original or the musical? Which pretty much is a remake. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Those are just my thoughts on both Mean Girls films. One that came out 24 years ago. No, take that back. 20 years ago, because it's not 2000. This movie didn't come out in 2000. It came out in 2004. But still, yeah, those are just my thoughts on Mean Girls and Mean Girls. This one just has a music note in the A, I think. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.